Anyway, thanks for making the Locked On Ole Miss podcast your first listen every day. We are free and available wherever you get your podcast, including YouTube. So do us a favor, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the bell for notifications, and of course, upvote the video itself and comment on the video down below. All right. The next thing that we need to talk about in this interesting episode, there's not a lot happening around Ole Miss sports besides Ole Miss basketball being fairly bad. We had that conversation last segment, and signing day's wrapped up. We're waiting for spring football to start. It's like, okay, what's going on? Well, I was sitting around perusing the internet the other day, and CGA prices apparently for season tickets have gone up. And that's not a new thing. CGA things like that go up all the time. But where this sits now, if you remember and have been with me for the last year, one of the first episodes that we did was about how NIL is going to suck all of the oxygen out of the room. And that is insanely important. And now, after we've gone through this full year, we had a campaign to get people to donate money to the NIL collective, got it up over $10 million, did everything that we were supposed to do. And then this happens and it feels like a money grab. This feels like a way to pay for a $9 million head coach, which generally in the past, if this was 2008, would make total sense. But now we have honestly problems because this is the way this is set up. All right. You can either pay your CGA and season tickets and go to the Grove and do all that and have a live experience and help pay for a $9 million a year head coach, maybe some facility improvements. Or you can donate to the NIL collective to where you can have better players and you have a better record and a better football team is available. What you have here is the school and the NIL collective competing against each other for your money. And Mississippi is not a wealthy state. I don't know if anybody that can say Mississippi is a wealthy state. So whenever things like this happens, it's more exaggerated than in other states. It'd be more exaggerated than it was in Florida. It'd be more exaggerated if it was in California or Texas. Mississippi, whenever stuff like this happens and you have a $50, $75 raise in a CGA per ticket for a certain section, that's going to affect everything. Now, at the same time, the football team is asking you to donate to the NIL collective, which was at least $21 per month, and they're taking money that way. So this is the choice that they're leaving because people are going to the games and doing what they can to do it. They're making it to where if they want to go to the games, just get a ticket in the secondary market. Do not do season tickets, just those single games for a couple of games a year and watch games on television, on your 75-inch television with no lines for concessions, no lines for the bathroom, a comfortable place to sit and a better angle to view the game at than you would normally get. Along with some interesting commentary from time to time. All of that make for a pleasurable viewing experience, plus your money can be rerouted from the CGA and season tickets over to the NIL, which means the product on the field will be better. Can you see the conundrum that we're talking about here? Or you can do season tickets, pay the CGA. You can enjoy the party in the Grove. You can enjoy that camaraderie. So it's basically like whether you are interested in winning the party and winning the game. Essentially what it's coming down to. Now, some people are going to be able to max out both, and good for them. If they can do both, I am absolutely proud that you can do that. A lot of people are not, and they're going to have to start making hard choices. And I talked about what NIL was going to do and how it was going to suck the oxygen out of the room and how eventually colleges and collectives would be competing for your money at the same time. And that is what is starting to happen. It doesn't look like it. They're not going to openly compete because they both need the money to be successful. So they're going to make it to where it's your choice. They're going to tug on your heartstrings. They're going to try and figure out a way to do both. at least for a little while, because we're in the interim of the beginning of this NIL stage. And what's going to happen is NIL is going to suck all the air out of the room. Facility improvements, they need to be happening because that money is going to get eaten up. Coaches' salaries, they're going to come down. Why? Because that money is going to get eaten up. Because the most important thing right now is the product on the field, and the NIL collectives are the way to do that. Like I said, there's going to be people that's going to be able to do both, and congratulations, thank you. But there's going to be people that has to make a choice of what they want to enjoy, how they want to enjoy Ole Miss football. And whenever they do that, you're going to see season ticket numbers drop from 48 to 43 to 38. The number is going to slowly come down as people transition over to their TV set. They're not any less fans. They're probably doing whatever they can to make the team better. But the in-game experience of college football has become less and less and less. And honestly, Ole Miss in the stadium needs to figure out a way to make more amenities happen. Because I think attendance is going to drop and drop and drop as NIL becomes more and more important. And if you're looking for a regulation, if you're looking for the government to step in, if you're looking for the NCAA to step in, they're not. They might do something, but they're not going to do what you want them to do. So in the end, these choices are going to fall to you. And money grabs like this is going to become more and more frequent because they're going to need the money. Like I said, CGA money going up. That makes sense. $9 million a year coach. They have to get that money from somewhere. It doesn't just appear. This isn't monopoly money. So, as I like to say, understand that some people want college football to be 2008 or college sports to be 2008. In 2019, that all changed. If you are operating under that umbrella and the way they did it 15 years ago, you are going to fall behind. Understand that NIL money is going to suck all of the oxygen out of the room. It's going to. You need to make plans to do as much as you can, as quickly as you can, before NIL takes it all down. Because you have a coach right now, and they're not going to say anything at the moment, but come November, it's going to come out that Lane Kiffin needs X amount of money. It's going to be more than the $10 million that he got because he wants more. Everybody wants more. It might be $15 million for next year. That is going to cut down on these CGAs. It's going to become a choice. It just is what it is. Nobody is necessarily wrong. It's just the system that we have set it up and we decide to use puts the school and the collective sometimes at odds and sometimes fighting over the same money. That's my point. So money grabs, the price didn't go up that much. But that little bit that's going up, is it going to cause them to have to pull from the collective to do it? We'll see exactly how it goes. Anyway, I'm insanely interested for the next 10 years of college sports. Quite interested in that realm. Anyway, thanks again for making the Locked On Ole Miss podcast your first listen every day. Make sure you check out our brand new podcast. It's Locked On College Basketball. Everything you need to know about college basketball in one place. Hear from big name experts, insiders, coaches, players. It's Locked On College Basketball. It's available on YouTube and wherever you get your podcast. Thank you very much for stopping by today. I know this episode might have been a little bit of a downer, but it's stuff that we kind of need to talk about before we can move on to other interesting stuff. So we'll see what all happens anyway. Thank you very much. I'm Stephen Willis, and we will see you tomorrow.